Hey, Tim Vandersloot here. I wanted to give you an update on the Acanthus leaf gourd carving project that I've been working on. I finally got all the rough detailing accomplished. So the initial detailing is something that I break it up, okay, into smaller steps. I don't try to go from rough to finished all in one step. I'd rather take it in little chunks at a time. It also helps suit my physical ability right now, and so doing smaller chunks of carving at once, just kind of works out. So I stepped through the carving, and I wanted to show you a little bit about what it looks like and some of the things that I've done with it and why I've done that. Okay, so as I turn this gourd around, you can see that there is some rough detailing in here. Probably the biggest thing I want to note is that all of the veining is very pronounced. All right, now that is done on purpose. I'm going to refine that later on as I start to refine the detail itself. All right, now some of the veining is very rough. It's not really smooth. It's kind of jagged in areas. All right, so this is just to lay in the detail on all the lobes, okay, of each of the leaves. I've gone and established that and done some of that initial work there. All right, but I've really focused on keeping a good amount of thickness here. All right, so on the edge, let's see, right there, on the edge, I'm keeping it really thick. I haven't put a lot of flow and movement into any of the lobes of the leaf yet. All right, now, I established the bottom or the lowest leaf first, and then I did the ones on top and progressed through, but kept the thickness as much as possible in the gourd so that I have room to work with when I come back and I detail it further. All right, so that's really important for me to keep in mind, because if I go too thin too soon, when I go to put in the final detail, I might run out of room, poke through the gourd in areas, and that will just kind of ruin the look of the gourd itself when I don't have a lot of areas that would be carved through, okay? Also, one thing to keep in mind that you can't really see when I'm holding it upright is this area down here on the bottom of each of the leaves I have not yet carved. All right, now that was done on purpose because it gets down into the fragile areas, especially some of these that are non-supported. All right, and they're going to be carved and detailed fairly thin. So I'm leaving this here until I get through a lot of the carving, and then I'll tie it all in as I go. But I wanted to make sure that I didn't get it too thin on the bottom and create fragile areas. Now, this is fairly solid, okay, but not as solid as I would like. All the areas where the leaves overlap, it's actually getting quite thin. It's less than 1/8 of an inch in a lot of places. All right, so I've got to be careful with it, and as I progress through the detailing step, it'll become easier. I'll have more control over the tool. So as I get to that step and I start refining this design, I'll go ahead and show you that as well. So with that, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you're following this particular project, I hope you can pick up a few things out of this, at least steps and workflow. That's probably one of the hardest things, is every project that I do, even though there's fundamental or foundational principles that always remain the same throughout every carving, the particular approach to an individual project might vary slightly, and so it's a matter of working through that and figuring out what works best in this particular situation, and then the situation changes with the next carving. So keep that in mind. Do the best you can. Have fun with the carving projects you're doing. All right, so be safe, have fun, and enjoy all your power carving experiences. We'll talk to you soon.